Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Zymox, and I'm your chief show attendant. On behalf of the two hosts and the rest of the crew, welcome aboard Weird Wednesday Flight number 13, non-stop, from your current location to parts unknown. Our flight will be at about 2 hours, and we'll be flying at the speed of sound. At this time, make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position, and that your seatbelt is currently fastened. Enjoy the ride.
Good evening. Whoa, there's some echo. Sounding all spacey.
Yeah, it does.
What's happening, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to another Weird Wednesday evening with Jamie and myself. How's everybody been doing this fine Wednesday evening?
I've been having a pretty good Wednesday.
Cool.
Yeah, getting some things done.
Yeah, I've been working on things. Haven't really got things done per se, but I've been doing a lot of stuff.
Well, I think even starting something is considered kind of getting it done, because at least I got that part done, like getting it started.
Yeah, I got up early this morning, went to the skate park for a little skate session before it got too crowded, and I got schooled by an 8-year-old.
I bet.
But he was cool. He was like, hey, came skating up to me. He's like, hey, man, how's it going? What's the biggest drop you can drop in on out here? And I'm like, the one I'm on right now, which is only a couple of feet. He's like, I can do the 6-foot one, but the 7-foot one's scary.
Oh my God.
Can you do the 7-foot one? I'm like, no way, dude. So when I was your age, I could, but not now. I'll kill myself. You don't want to see that, do you? He's like, no, not really. Looks like we got a few people in the chat room coming in. Got Lori, Jason Bland. Hey, I know that guy. Emily, Robert, Debbie.
Oh. You know, Lori, I think the 2/20/2020 does mean something there.
Aha. Maybe we'll get something weird on the ghost box this evening.
Yeah.
Are they going to answer us?
Let me pull it up for you while we're getting situated. What's that? And then the fact that you've got the 12:02 time, the ones and the twos just help to multiply the power of the twos and the zeros and all that on the date. Makes it Double good.
Does the strange date make it double good, spirits?
I'm seeing there.
Since she saw something, I didn't catch it. Oh man, yeah, strange dates. Been some strange stuff going on. I don't think any bodies have washed up here in my hometown this week, though. So that's a plus. But I didn't check the news today, though. So who knows?
I'm going to read this to Lori real quick since she did catch the number. It could be a message for her. The number 2020 combines energies of angel numbers 20, 20, and 202. Angel number 2 is a symbol of duality, but also a symbol of communication with the divine forces. This angel number is telling you to be strong and to believe in their intentions. So no bodies have washed up. That's been a couple of weeks then.
Yeah, it's been two or three now. Although, you know, that last girl that was found in the river there, I did see a little bit of talk about that. They still haven't like released any autopsy stuff or anything about it, and people are asking, and they have no answer. Like I don't know, you know, I don't know why it takes that long, especially when the community is saying, hey, you know, what's up with this person? They just said, oh, it was an accidental drowning. But you don't accidentally drown and have half your clothes missing and be face down in 6 inches of water.
And if there was just the one.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, repeated accidents, you have to ask, well, you know, then what is in this water? What's causing people to, you know, fall on their face and drown?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's happened quite a bit around here. And the town has ever, you know, growing like homeless panhandler situation going, and a couple of them are now suing the county and the city.
I don't know if it's you or me, but you just got really soupy and frozen for a second. Did you guys notice that in chat, or is that just me? I stopped being able to understand you.
Huh. I sounded okay coming out of my own head.
It's still
Maybe
kind of
because I had a
electronic.
couple windows that I just opened. Man, I got glitchy for a moment. I'm glitch in the matrix. Everybody in the chat room here okay? Hear us okay? Yeah, there's some weird stuff going on that they're not talking about around here. That's for sure. There's the one guy that I mentioned, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago or whatever. He does news that is like uncensored on his own page, where he just like tears a new ass. And like a commissioner or whoever, somebody in the community, he just like, it's totally uncensored. He just says whatever the hell he wants to say, and it's pretty funny. But when he does live feeds, he kind of like, you know, keeps it under control, makes it more family oriented. But he still you know, talks about what's happening. Like that last time I was talking about when he was live, you know, he got the chief of police on the phone and was like, hey, you know, I'm just going to say it. Do we have a serial killer on the loose? He'll ask the questions that the rest of the media avoid asking, which is pretty awesome, I think.
Ooh, do you read Lori's comment there?
I was just pulling that up.
Yeah, that would be a good one that I was kind of like trying to find for today.
Oh yeah, I actually had that one pulled up, and I don't know what the hell I did with it. But yeah, it was like a professor or something at the college, Florida State or University of Florida, I think. Yeah, they found jars and jars of human remains under his house and or whatever in the crawl space in the floor. He was supposedly studying them, but I don't know if he was hiding them in the crawl space in his house. He must have been taking them like illegally or something.
They were human tongues?
Yeah.
So were they in formaldehyde or were they like tongue jerky by now?
Nah, they were like preserved in, I guess, formaldehyde or whatever.
I wonder how he obtained these tongues. Did he work for the mob?
Yeah, exactly. There was tongues. There was all kinds of stuff, supposedly.
Oh, other body parts?
Yeah.
Adult tongues?
Yep.
Okay, Emily heard the glitchy too. It's sounding better now, though.
Okay, cool. I'll stop opening windows.
Hey, how do you forget something like that?
What, that you have
Jars and jars of pickled body parts in your basement?
Holy crap, I just remembered. Let me
Not
show
like-
you this.
Like moving out at 16, and you leave all your Playboys in your parents' basement. I mean,
Yeah.
a little bit different.
Yeah. Of course, I thought Penthouse was better, but I mean, not, I heard they were better.
Oh, yeah, you know what, Debbie, you're probably right, because I just caught the fact that it said he's a professor. So I thought he probably obtained them somehow like that, too.
Yeah, he worked at the university. I told you to get a brain. What was on the bottle? Name was Abby. I don't want to tell you. You'll hit me. You'll be angry. Abby who? Normal.
Did you work on them at the lab, Debbie, or is that one of those things where people had to take turns bringing them home and doing homework? That was the reason I could not get into veterinary work. I could not dissect the animals, and I could not do the protocol of euthanizations or whatever you had to do.
Yeah.
There's just certain things that made it so I thought, which I do wish I would have still went ahead and took those classes, because having, right now 7 rescues, it'd be a lot better if I would have done that.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just watching a story about a professional skateboarder guy that they were talking about him when he was in school. He had gotten kicked out of school because he was in biology class and they were dissecting the frogs, and that they bring them out and they're all pinned to the board and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he took it off the board and put it in his mouth and was running around the classroom with it hanging out of his mouth, chewing on it and stuff. Yeah, well,
Tastes like formaldehyde.
yeah.
We had a boy in 3rd grade. We had to dissect cow eyeballs.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. The
Yeah.
whites of the eye ended up in his egg salad sandwich.
Oh, gnarly.
I didn't do it,
No.
but
yeah, I remember a few of those days in class dissecting stuff. I got they partnered everybody up, And I remember I got this girl that was just totally just not into it. And I was a little like, I wasn't really into it myself either. You know, at first I thought it was cool until you actually have to start, cutting
Cutting
into
in.
the frog. But I was used to cleaning fish and stuff, even as a kid. So
Yeah.
it wasn't that big a deal. The girl that got partnered up with me, I looked over at her and she was like, she almost passed out. And I was like, hey, are you okay? And she had to get up and leave the room. I'm like, well, she's not going to be in med school.
Yeah, I've done the fish, and I've done snakes and things like we have all the rattlesnakes. That was like later on, kind of in life.
Yeah.
But uh, Emily mentioned they had the baby pigs. I couldn't have done that. There's no
Yeah,
way
I
I
did.
would have been able to cut in and do that.
Yeah, it was pretty graphic. A frog's one thing, but the baby pigs that we had, they were like that. So you're actually like cutting into some juicy meat and stuff. It was pretty disgusting.
Yeah,
You can see the layers of the skin, and it was
it's supposed to be more similar to like human.
yeah, Meg. I would have a hard time doing that, working in a vet's office and like putting animals down and stuff.
Yeah. And it's not that I'm like squeamish. It's just, it's like the empathetic part of me that I just can't, just seeing it's like a baby, there's just something mentally there.
Yeah,
Like if it was already like maybe like there wasn't, the face and the head, all that, and they, just there's peace, I could probably like, I'd handle that. But, have like a full on animal and tell me like start cutting it up.
yeah.
It's not my thing.
And of course, anytime I talk about that or think about it or whatever, I always have flashbacks to Return of the Living Dead, like when they were in the warehouse, after the gas came out of the barrels and all the split dogs and stuff started coming back to life.
Oh, yeah.
I love that movie. I've watched it like, I don't know, way too many times to like even say, but
When I see egg salad sandwiches, I go back to, and, I just think about how the eyes are like chunks of egg, of hard boiled egg white.
yeah,
And I really seriously wasn't the one that put it in the sandwich. I do know and was affiliated with the people that did, but
yeah,
I did not put it in that boy's sandwich.
yeah, it is, Meg. Yeah, like Meg was saying when she worked, in a vet's office, it was amazing how many people come in and just bring animals in to have put down and just leave.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because it's not funny, but it's weird that I was watching a video today and it was about like cats and dogs and stuff. Um, it was mainly about cats, like people like house training their cats and like, bringing them to the vet, like wondering why they're peeing on everything or pooping in the middle of the house or whatever. And they were even saying in this video, the vet was saying it was amazing how many people would bring in a dog or a cat to have euthanized just, because they couldn't housebreak it.
Exactly.
They didn't want to spend the time to housebreak it. So they just bring it in and have it put down. I'm like,
Yep.
God, what a just, I don't know.
That's why some people should not have children. Some people should not have animals, and they try to regulate that, but you really can't.
Yeah. Pretty crazy. And now Debbie's going to be thinking about eyeballs every time she has a hard boiled egg. I probably will too, but I'll eat them anyway. Yeah, my brother always has a good egg salad sandwich story. He used to go out on this boat called the Sea Love. It's like a charter fishing boat. Yeah, you know, a lot of tourists and stuff go out on them, and he was out one day, and it was pretty rough. And this one guy was just like seasick beyond belief, just like he was just miserable. And you know, once you're out there, you're out there. They don't come in just because somebody's sick. And this guy's like down, you know, and inside like the lower cabin of the boat, and they moved from one spot to the other. My brother ran down and grabbed his lunch, which was an egg salad sandwich. And he said he's just chowing on it, and he looked over at the guy, and the guy kind of rolled over, and because he smelt food, and when he saw that egg salad sandwich, that was the topper, man. It was just like full flow from there. The guy was barfing all over everything.
My buttons are sticking like that.
I got hairs sticking out of my eyes, Lori says. Yeah.
Yeah, you've got 2 hairs.
These hairs are like, I'm trying to let all my hair grow out because I had some real short hairs up here, and yeah, now they're just like, they have a mind of their own.
I've got a little patch right here. They're just those little tiny ones. And I was like, what you do, cut part of your hair? I said, no, I couldn't figure out. And remember I had that like little, that tumor thingy?
Yeah.
Well, it got kind of bald right there a little bit, you know, like the hair falling out around where like that cyst or whatever that was that grew out of my head. So I'm like, that's the hair finally growing back.
Yeah, exactly. Bangs, Debbie. That's what you said the other night, Jamie. You were like, you've got bangs. Yeah, Jason, an egg salad sandwich from a gas station, man, that's putting your life on the line right there. No doubt.
Wow, yeah.
I've been there. Reluctantly. Yeah, one of my best friends that I grew up with, we'd go fishing sometimes. And this dude would have, I am not even making this up, he would have pickled eggs, hot sausage, and yoo-hoo. And I'm like, dude, you're going to puke.
His stomach must be like, fuck you, man.
Yeah. I'm like, you're going to yak. Even if you're not seasick, man, you eat pickled eggs and yoo-hoo together, you're going to puke.
That's like vinegar and dairy, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Let me put vinegar and pickle juice on my vanilla ice cream.
Maybe the milk and stuff settled, like, because of and the hot sausage. Maybe like the heartburn, you know, from the pickled and the hot and all that. The yoo-hoo maybe settled it.
Yeah. I don't know.
No,
I
would not want to have to ride in a car with him and commute.
Yeah. I didn't partake in those delicacies. It's funny. I stop at the store that's right down the corner. In that one video, the place that was called Crack Corner, I always stop in that store down there. And it's like the full-on, you know, store right on the corner of the ghetto. And they have pickled eggs and sausage and pickled pig's feet and all that kind of stuff in there in these big jars. And I was in there a while back, and I was getting some beef jerky or something. And there's this old black dude that hangs out down there, and he's like, you need to get you some of that pig's feet. That's some good eating right there. I'm like, oh, I think I'm going to pass on the pig feet, man.
You know, I love pig's feet.
Yeah. Yeah, he was trying his best to talk me into getting some pickled pig's feet, but nope. I drew the line with beef jerky. Yeah, and my friend, dude, he's got like the iron cage stomach.
Yeah, I don't get all that.
We were living together when we were like in our 20s, and he would eat those little Smokies sausages.
Oh, Jeff loved those little.
Yeah, he would eat those. Which I mean, I ate a few of them too. You know, they're they
Oh
taste
no,
like.
his were the Vienna ones in the can, not
Oh
like
yeah,
the Smokies, like the
yeah,
hot dogs.
yeah. He would fix like a platter of these little Smokies and like eat like 50 of them. Oh my god, man!
Like the actual hot dog ones, though, or the ones in the can?
No, they're little smoke. They're like little tiny sausages, little smoked sausages.
You know, they had some of those that had cheese in them, like the cheese hot dogs,
Yep, yep,
and they weren't too bad. Like if you cook them enough to where they get kind of burnt,
yeah,
like beef jerky with the cheese, they weren't so bad.
yeah. Pig's feet, man. Where my old surfboard factory used to be. It was the guy that I rented the building from. He had pigs and all kinds of animals, dude. I seen what those pigs stand in most of the time. And even back when I was like 17, 18 years old, I was like, man, I'm never eating pig's feet. Chicken feet are kind of the same thing.
Yeah, or snout. Like I don't want snout. I don't want beak, claw, tail,
Those things are made with lip
tongues.
peckers.
My dad would eat.
I'm not a fan of liver and onions either.
See, that was his favorite, liver and onions.
Yeah, that was my stepdad's favorite. And I used to cook dinner a
Cartoon
lot.
gizzard rice.
Yeah. I used to cook dinner a lot for my parents when I was a kid. They were always working and I'd be home and I like, oh, screw it. I'm going to learn how to cook. So my dad would always want liver and onions. And I tried it. And then a couple years later, I'm like, okay, I'm going to give it a second go. And I tried it again. And I'm like, nope. And then I tried it again, just like 2 years ago. And I'm like, nope, I confirmed I do not like this shit whatsoever in any way, shape, or form. Some people love it. I can't do it.
I don't want to do it.
Yeah, liverwurst. I've had that too. Not a huge fan, but I have eaten it. Sauerkraut. I can't do sauerkraut either. I've tried that. I've given it a
I
go.
like sauerkraut.
Yeah, some people love it. I just, if I was like really starving, I could like eat it, but I'm a fat kid. I haven't been that starving. So I don't know what it is. I got sauerkraut in the kitchen right now, but I don't eat it.
I just can't even swallow certain food. Like, I mean, if I was like almost dead starving, I would hope I'd be able to, but certain stuff is just my body can't physically ingest it. I just can't do it.
Yeah. Robert says, has anybody had any issues with demonic entities?
Not recently.
Yeah, not recently, but yeah, I think I had an issue with something. I don't know if it was demonic, but it was definitely not a good thing that was pestering me, attached to me, whatever you want to call it.
Are you having problems with something demonic there, Robert? Was that Robert that just said that? I lost the comment.
Yeah. Yeah, it is amazing what what's in our food. I have a friend that works at a lab where they test food, and she was like, Oh, if you saw what was in peanuts, you'd never eat peanuts again. Oh, if you saw what's in coffee beans, you'd never drink coffee again.
Oh no.
I know. And
What
I'm
could
like,
be
damn,
in
I
a
love peanuts
peanut?
and I love coffee.
I mean, what could be in a peanut? I know there's like an allowable amount of like rat crap and
Yeah.
arsenic and stuff like that they, or cyanide, whatever it is, like little allowable amounts. But what could be on a peanut?
Yeah, I think it's just like, after the peanuts are like harvested, and then who knows what's crawling on them, while they're going from A to B. And then when they get to B and they're being shelled and shucked or whatever, who knows what's crawling on them there, and pooping on everything else. And by the time they actually, get in your hand and in your mouth, who knows what's on them or in them.
I just got plain peanuts. I didn't get peanuts with raisins in it. What is this?
Yeah, exactly. What are these things that look like chocolate sprinkles in my peanuts?
Ooh, Jason says he got woke up last night by something knocking on his bedroom door.
Well, did you hear Darcy right when we started the show? Did you hear my dogs barking?
Yeah.
She stuck her head in the door and she was like, "Did you just knock on the door?" And I'm like, "No, I'm sitting here." Yeah, she said something knocked on the door outside. That's what my dogs were barking at. Weren't me.
Weird. I was hearing him barking.
Yeah. I just heard it again.
Yeah, I just heard it again.
Did you?
Uh-huh. It sounded like something dropping. Did it done?
What the hell?
It's back in.
Weird.
It's...
Let's see if anybody
wants to
who's
talk.
on the ghost box and tell us who's knocking. I still remember the show that, I don't know if it was my show or Perry's show. It was one of us, and he saw me take my headphones off, and I'm like looking around, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Dude, something's like knocking on the walls," and I have it. It's like in the video. You can hear it. It's like dunk, dunk, dunk.
I remember that.
Yeah, strange. And that would happen here for a while. Like Sam would say something about, "I keep hearing knocking." Is there somebody knocking on the walls around here this evening? And I will say, I'm going to put the number up. We have a number to call in now, and hopefully it'll work. I just updated the software, so hopefully it'll work. Should be scrolling across the screen. If anybody wants to call in and ask the ghost box your own question, there's the number.
They will playing.
Parts of it are a lot louder, but it's kind of hard to hear some of the female ones that are really tiny.
Yeah, the whispery.
Tears. Pentacles. Wave.
I think Lori asked which app this is.
This is the Spiritus.
Needs are met your needs.
Good night, Jason. I'm glad that you got to stop by.
See.
Passion. With this
On the and the
beautiful.
These situations.
about to is just 5.
I'm going.
He said that.
The software that we're using for broadcasting is StreamYard. I can send you a link to it if you want, Debbie. It's a pretty awesome program.
Relatively.
Here, lovely.
Once and everyone's you.
6. I think you know. 20. We're all church.
You guiding you. And then
I was muted. I thought I heard something about guiding you.
Yeah. Follow who?
Now, layers in your street. Everyone's
Beautiful, beautiful.
need on
Now and
This is Spiritus, Gina.
yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
And they're manipulating
Love that I can. So
the app to be able to form words.
You want me to stretch you? Beyond sea, beyond sea, beyond sea. Run.
Did you say Beyonce? The Rose, something the Rose. Awesome.
you want softness, you want this softness, you want that softness.
Organized. My unlinked, more. Wander.
Has there been somebody knocking on the walls here again?
Haunted.
Haunted? Apparently so.
Some way.
can be love so that I can have. So that I can have.
She asked if he wants a bag.
First. Tap.
Your aura. When your aura.
you another
Is the house here haunted?
Not too much. Not too much.
Yes, quality, yes,
One day.
3.
You, free.
After I
Did someone say something about someone's aura?
for me. So
You see,
10.
Relations.
When a gust of but just
You're extremely.
wind.
Hi.
Tremendous.
The effect of being on
4. And then
goodies.
Did you say cooties?
Kind of sound like it.
Tricky.
Mm.
Like, what?
Encourage.
Tap. Hey, there is not.
Head or really in your head.
Yeah.
It's so
Energy.
I've heard the name Matt several times.
Fine. I'm just
I thought I heard mine.
It's not. Right. Now you can.
This
Do we have Mark? We have a Markel.
water to earth and water.
even or leap.
It's
Wind cheek is set.
Yep. This.
Tiny bit. Into my clothes.
Did you say the damn internet takes so long?
That's what I was just thinking. Did I just hear that?
It's me. You trust
Clear. Me too.
Yeah, if anybody wants to call in
me. Hello.
and ask the spirit box a question,
Or now.
just dial that number.
Okay.
She's like right now.
I did. Situation higher sphere into.
Yeah, who's knocking on stuff around here?
I'm going to. No.
So, do any of the spirits know about any of the mischief that's been going on around this town?
Main Street.
Yeah, for some reason, when I run the ghost box, either things get kind of intense or they get really weird, goofy, weird.
Keep with
Ross. Doing like this wanted.
Yours. Son, yours. We.
Your ear twice of your color.
So yes. To come.
And while that's
What's up, Wolfie? How's it going?
then I'm just gonna. It was just saying to. Now layers.
New England. It sounds cold.
Just
And she said when
So, where the spirits reside at, is there such a thing as time?
butter.
Did it say butter?
Well, that's and while doing like things you wanted.
Yeah, I heard that, Lori. I heard it say not telling.
3.
Does time exist where you're at? I heard a little whisper say no.
Ulrich heard tough meat.
Yeah.
I wonder if that was.
What's that?
That's what we're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
My phone.
Oh, my condolences, Steve-O. I'm glad that you had an experience with her. I hope it was positive. I wonder how Miss Rose is tonight. I haven't seen her pop in.
Oh,
She
yeah.
owns near those. Almost.
I always miss Rose when she's not there.
Call it.
50. She hate it more. So I'm playing.
Debbie's question.
Yeah. I was wondering that myself. That's cool, Steve.
Reload.
Are you doing that?
Yeah, that's me, dude.
Okay.
I got all like weird staticky thing.
That makes me happy to hear, Steve-O.
Towers.
Watching.
What?
That was a weird one.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
If anybody's in the room with you, can they knock on your wall again?
I'm gonna freak if I hear my dog start barking again.
Can you guys knock on Rob's wall? Let us know that you're there and you want to talk. In case you're having a hard time coming through. Right on, Wolfie. Rose, your ears must have been burning because we were just talking about you.
Then the fire.
Just a problem.
energy. Yeah. To do the thing.
There's beer.
I'm praying to my sorry to fire and I'm just gonna
Pirates.
okay, through reloads. Not too much the layers. Yeah, I'm looking.
How's it going, Rose?
You know, I was just looking at the time to see if I had time to run to the potty real quick.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Yeah. Who is the French woman?
press this.
Color.
Gone.
It's like a real quiet.
I said better, but
Wee wee.
heat setting. Heat tube.
Or is that what the French was like? Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Oui, oui.
You know what I say.
See, I saw oui, oui, and thought, yes, as a matter of fact, I do.
You're saying no.
And on that note,
Alright. Here it is.
Spirits, can you tell us what causes the lights to change color in Jamie's room sometimes by themselves? You just said wolfy or wolfin, something like that. I asked the spirits if they knew who was changing the colors of your lights in your room sometimes.
This.
Perfect.
what did they say? Did they answer you?
I didn't catch anything.
Did it again tonight.
So short scissors are
Can the spirits tell us what's ahead for 2020?
nice, but not late.
Says the exit.
Hate it.
Very tired.
Go on.
Really hard. Extreme.
This is the spiritist Rose.
1, 7.
To your entire.
spirits tell what Debbie's eating right now?
Let's try
Peanut butter celery.
As you want. As
the 3, 7, 6.
No, I don't. Sorry. The only Reese that I know was a child I used to teach named Krista Reese a long time ago.
often as you
It's something moving the feathers at Kelly's house.
Debbie heard her answer. That's what you're eating.
You like to do. It's that way.
Can somebody repeat what Debbie is eating?
Light does not so calm.
It's not like Reese's chocolate, is it?
You know what? That's what I was thinking. Like when every time I saw the word Reese, I kept thinking like Reese's peanut butter cups. Now I want some chocolate. Now I want some chocolate.
The water to intercept it.
Like Officer Reese and was that commercial where the cop, you got your peanut butter in my chocolate. You
Yeah.
got your chocolate in my peanut butter.
I
made some coffee like that yesterday morning.
With chocolate and peanut butter?
Well, yeah, pretty much. I used I put a spoonful of peanut butter in my coffee and a spoonful of cocoa powder.
I do the cocoa powder sometimes. Not tried the peanut butter.
Yeah, you
How
gotta
is it?
get it stirred up good.
Yeah. The creamy kind.
But I also put coconut oil in the coffee too. So
I love that coconut oil. We used to get big jars when we found out about how it would help with like early Alzheimer and my gosh, just so much stuff down to like rubbing it on my nail beds and my hair.
yeah,
So we got for like Jeff to cook with, for early Alzheimer.
yeah,
And I liked making it with vegetables.
yep.
But now it comes out it's not good for you because the wax or something does something to you.
Yeah, nothing's good for you. Yeah.
Nope. They tell us to do it and they take it away. Psych. You hate peanut butter? Are you allergic to peanuts? I just got some grape jelly the other day too.
Yeah, I haven't had grape jelly. Haven't had anything with sugar in it. Haven't had much of anything actually, except for a lot of vegetables and meat and more vegetables and salad.
You've been kicking ass.
Yeah,
Staying on track. I've been slipping so bad too. think, well, at least Rob's balancing it out.
2001.
I even cut my walk 3 nights now. I have not gone on my complete walk
Oh yeah.
because I didn't want to lose the light spot at my in my spot.
Well, hopefully nobody's
Go do my.
in your spot lately.
I know. They cleaned it up.
Even
Even. I gotta get there, do my thing, and then use that. That's my little light spot, my little nightly TikTok. So, I'm like, walk over the TikTok spot before the hoodlums get there. And I'm gonna go claim my spot.
Rose loves Vegemite. That's either a love it or hate it type of thing.
Oh yeah. Your cat does too?
You should try some, Lori, and let us know what you think of it. I can pretty much say you'll either love it or hate it. I've tried it. Coffee makes me nervous when I drink it. There you go, Rose. Tell Debbie exactly what Vegemite is. Yeah, we
Can you smoke it?
we use coconut oil. Like I say, we always have it around. And that dog that I was telling you about that was coming around for a while that was covered with fleas.
Yeah.
You know, our dogs, we usually get this pill from the vet, and it's like, I don't know, it's like $60 or $80 for this damn pill. It's expensive. And we hadn't had, money to get them lately. We got 3 dogs here, so
Every 6 months?
yeah. And actually, it's supposed to be every 3 months, but yeah, we spread it out. It works longer than 3 months, but we haven't given those pills to them in, geez, probably 8 months or more. And my one dog had some fleas on her that, because this damn dog's been hanging out that was covered in them. And Darcy put coconut oil, just rubbed coconut oil on her. Fleas be gone. Works way better than the pill, and it doesn't, like, those pills aren't really good for them.
No, they're not. No pesticide on your animal is good. Same difference, is when the point of that is the flea then bites them and dies. The coconut oil, I'm wondering if it either just smothers them so they can't eat the skin.
I don't know
what works.
I don't know exactly how it works, but it works.
I need to put some on my poor kitties.
Yeah, and the dogs
smell inbred kitties.
Smells coconutty.
Get allergic to fleas so bad that they get naked kitty. They get just all they end up with is some hair around their head.
Yeah.
Their paws like little lions every year, and it looks so horrible. They look so neglected, even with flea drops. So then their skin gets all dried out. So I'm like thinking about the coconut oil. I'm thinking, well, that might even soothe them and condition the skin.
Yeah.
Because now, like, the flea season just started again. Like, my mom's cats just started scratching. Mine are starting to get the patches gone. And I still have, like, 6 of those. I can't remember if it's Frontline or Advantage. It's the one the vet recommended that seemed to be the safest. I've never had a problem with it with my animals.
Huh.
I have, like, a few of, like, the little tabs left. And I'm saving them for the 2 worst cats. I don't have enough to give all my cats a dose.
Yeah.
And then the thing is, I have to bring them to the vet, like at least one of the cats to a vet to prove they have fleas to get the prescription. So that's like a vet bill to say like they're saying they have fleas like every year. And then he gives me the prescription for all of them, and then I have to pay for that.
Yeah.
I haven't had to do that yet so far since this situation. I'm not looking forward to it.
Yeah, coconut oil kills fleas for some reason.
I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah, in Vegemite, Rose it in Vegemite like a
Wolfie.
brewer's yeast or something with like vegetables all made into like a brown pasty stuff with kind of salty.
I have to ask, what is burned murder? Oh, motor oil?
10W30 or 5W20. Yeah,
And is that okay to put into their skin?
there is something called murder oil too.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
What is it? I'm going to Google that and Google
Yeah.
holistic flea treatments.
I swear I just heard it say coconut oil. Maybe I was hearing things. I don't know. Anybody else hear that? Nope.
Oh, yeah, it's for airsoft guns. It must be like a lubricant or something.
Like I said,
Oh. Oh, yeah, it's a synthetic lube.
A synthetic lube. I've seen that in the store. Won't say what store.
3 different viscosities. Light, medium, and heavy with additives to prevent rust and oxidation. Anti-foaming.
Yeah, garlic.
Again, is that okay to put on your animal skin though?
Yeah, I don't know.
Absorbent.
It sounds.
Maybe once it's burned, it burns off like the bad stuff. Let's look up some coconut oil.
For you.
Did you hear it say that, Debbie? I swear I did.
Coconut.
Coconut oil.
Holistic flea treatment.
Alexa, what is Vegemite?
Oh yeah.
water treat. You just have to understand.
I didn't catch it all, but it was developed by so and so in 1922. So Vegemite's been around a while.
Isn't that what Lucille Ball and them remember? Like super Vita Vegemite. Coconut oil kills and repels fleas due to the ingredient lauric acid. This solution can be rubbed through your pet's coat or given to them orally. Add 1 teaspoon per 20 pounds of body weight twice a day, or in the food as a special treat. Now that I'm thinking about that, I think that's also a good lubricant for if they have a hairball. Like
Yeah.
I know you can give them melted like margarine, I think melted coconut oil or something. And there's another thing, it like lubricates them to be able to cough out the hairball.
Yeah, leftover brewer's yeast.
Oh, pumpkin, canned pumpkin.
Yeah, it's good for their upset stomach too.
Mm.
Although my dogs, they had like the squirts and a screwed up stomach, and we got these little packages of pumpkin. I don't know, it's called Pumpkinese or something. I don't know. We got it at the dog food store, and they weren't too crazy about it. One dog was like looking at it, and she was like, "Nah, I don't think I'm gonna eat that."
Yeah.
But yet the flea pills that we get them, they're these little chewable things. They love those. They eat those, no problem. They'll eat something terrible for them, but they won't eat something good for them. What kind of lube are we talking about, Wolfie?
He said he was a wolf and should eat the wolf pill. The flea pill because he's a wolf.
Does anybody want to do some card readings this evening? I swear I heard it say, "I want to," and then yes.
Well, I've got my moon cards handy, but Rob, you've got a couple interesting decks that we haven't explored yet.
This is true. But if you want to do a couple moon cards, let's roll them. Yeah, it's always fun when your drink comes out of your nose, isn't it, Wolfie?
Is there anybody that would like me to pull a moon card for them? Okay. Markel?
Yeah, Jamie has the Moonology cards, and I was going to pull a few from the Wisdom of the House of Night Oracle deck. It's a strange one. I'll just tell you that.
We've got the nothing will come out of this situation. Void, of course, moon card. I'm not familiar with this one yet. So I'm not sure what this one means. So I'm gonna turn on my light. In a form of astrology known as Hooray, where an astrological chart is cast according to when the question is asked and decoded, A void of course moon means nothing will come of this matter, or this situation will bear no fruit. This may or may not be good news, depending on what you are asking. For example, if you were worried about something, whatever it was, this card can be taken as a sign that there's nothing to worry about. However, if you're asking about a new project of any kind, including a new relationship, it's a sign to adjust your expectations or change things so that you get a different outcome. Remember, the cards can only predict what you are currently creating, and you can change that with both your behavior and your beliefs. And then there's some additional meanings for the card. The chances of something are diminishing. Something better may be around the corner. Believe that you will get what you need. Surrender to the divine, and take time out to meditate and contemplate. So if there's something that you're worrying about right now, maybe you can stop worrying about it so much. But if there's something that you've been putting a whole lot of effort into, maybe reevaluate it a little bit.
I think Debbie wants a card too.
I think she wanted you to pull it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of a cinnamon right now. Glory.
Yeah, you do one and I'll do one. We'll trade back and forth.
Okay. I have a nifty little card table on my side table here.
Yeah, my nifty little computer table is overwhelmed with crap. I gotta clean it up.
I have a full-on oak desk thing in here, and it's got like the little tray table, that, you know, on both sides. I didn't realize it was both sides that slide out.
Okay, Debbie, I'm gonna pull a card for you. Doesn't knock everything over. All right, what do we have? This is the individuality card. Here's the cover, or the face of the card, I should say. And what it says: my child, life is not always so serious. Choosing this symbol means it's time to lighten up and be playful. That means I should come down there and we should try Vegemite together, right? No matter what you're asking about, this is the time to have a sense of humor, smile, and go do something fun. Life is a way of answering all questions when you're not looking. Wouldn't it be better if you were enjoying your life rather than just sitting around waiting for what you want to happen? Don't take yourself so seriously. It's time to lighten up and be playful. Know that when this symbol appears in your life, the fun is about to start. Now, that's a pretty cool message. Again, that was the card.
Oh yeah, I forgot about garlic too.
Yeah, that's another really has a ton of healing properties.
Were you wanting a card, Ulrich?
Yeah, that was a pretty cool card, Debbie.
That was.
Why so serious?
God. No, it's why so serious. All right, Rose.
Much welcome, Debbie. Yeah, we all need some fun. Life can get too serious at times.
Yes. Way too serious for what it needs to be.
Yeah, I like garlic in food. I use garlic like all the time. I'm pretty much the only one in the house that really likes garlic, though.
My mom and I love the hell out of garlic. Yeah, Markel, we have this will be archived on YouTube and on the Weird Wednesday page. And then I'll go back and take a picture of the card and the definition, and I'll PM it to you if you'd like. Okay, Miss Lovely Rose. What is in the cards for Lovely Rose?
Yeah, speaking of garlic, I just picked up some fresh garlic today because Darcy has an earache, and supposedly garlic helps for earache. You can put it in olive oil, or you can like peel it and kind of cut it back some and wrap it in like a paper towel and soak it in olive oil and put it in your ear, and it's supposedly a good remedy for earaches. Earache.
Yay. This is a card I got for myself the other day. It's Don't Let Your Past Hold You Back. And it's a South Node card. And it can also go into like some past life things. Let me pull up their actual. My camera. The South Node, like the North Node, is a karmic point, but it's opposite to the North Node and relates to the past, perhaps even to past lives. Whatever you're going through and whatever you're asking about, there's a chance that age-old programming and conditioning is stopping you from achieving all that you might. Do you feel stuck in something? This card will often come as a sign that the situation or relationship you're asking about has somehow become suffocating, even toxic. It suggests that someone, you even, needs to be released, that there's some kind of addiction going on or unhealthy attachment that needs to be sorted out. One thing is for sure, when you get this card, you're being challenged to make some changes. even if staying where you are feels easier and safer. And so, some additional, you can attune to the moon by saying, you release the past if there's something holding you back. Additional meanings for the card: a relationship is karmic and has played out across many lifetimes, or your attraction to someone may be verging on the obsessive, or just because you can do something doesn't mean that you should. So I will take a picture of that one for you also and send it to you, because there's some other little information there if you're interested, if it resonates with you. But the new moon, we're coming up to a new moon right now. How many days are we from it? And that is the perfect time to do those releases and release what's no longer good for you, release what's toxic to you, what's no longer serving you in your life. We're 3 days from the new moon. And it's just good to let go of any worry anyway.
Yep.
Anything holding you back, let it go, release it to the universe. They'll take care of it for you. You don't have to hold the burden.
Yeah, worrying does the soul no good. All right, I'm going to pull one for Kelly.
I'm going to take those pictures now before I forget. See, the card's already shuffled back in.
This card is forbidden.
The card is a forbidden card.
That's what it says. It's forbidden. So let's see what it says. Like I said before, this is a strange deck, so be warned. As your goddess, I'm sending you this warning. You are about to enter into a situation that will not be easy and could cause you or others pain. Not all doorways are meant to be opened. Not all relationships are good for you. Not all love is expressed. And not all desires realized. Right now, I'm saying no to you. The symbol for forbidden also reminds you that although you may feel pain when someone rejects you, this is one of my ways of protecting you. I may whisper in someone's ear to stay away. It is for the best. Even if you don't believe it right now, this is a symbol to move on and choose another path. So I don't know if that resonates with anything with you, Kelly, but that was the card that was pulled. Oh no. Is that good or bad? Oh no.
The card says, oh no?
No, Kelly said, oh no.
Oh.
Don't shoot the messenger. Steve-O would like a card. Steve-O.
Oh, is it me again? I lost my chat.
Uh-oh. That's cool if it does resonate with you. Not necessarily a bad card, just a warning, perhaps. I pulled a few cards for myself at times and like got the message, and I'm like, really? But then, I think about it, maybe even the next day, and I'm like,
And sometimes it does. It takes a couple of days for it to make sense, huh?
yep.
Like I was telling Raquel in chat, after he reevaluates the situation and, starts forming his life towards that path or, going that direction, whatever he decides he's doing, you can always do a follow-up card,
Yeah.
a little bit after, and then see if you're on the right path. And that's why I do a card at least once a week for myself. I don't like live and die by it, but I use it as another tool and a guide just to make sure my instincts are on point and that I'm on the right path. Nothing is yet set in stone. A mutable moon card. Mutable is all about change, shape shifting even, that something is still developing. This card indicates that something is indeed changing and there's room for a maneuver. So take it as a sign that the situation you're asking about is far from finalized. If you're not happy with the current state of play, that's marvelous. It means you can still change the course of the outcome. And we can always change our courses of outcome. However, there is also a sense that the situation could perhaps be a little unstable. For some, this is great news because you can still influence it. Others will struggle with the uncertainty, but should stay with it a little longer. Either way, nothing is yet set in stone. So if you want to attune to the moon, you can say, I know that the best will unfold for me, and believe it when you say it. Believe that the universe has your best intentions at play. Additional meanings for the card, it could be you're meandering towards your goal, and that's okay. Or staying adaptable is the key to success for you now. Or make sure you're not being led astray. Or have you become distracted? Maybe it's time to focus. Or it can mean just stay with it, whatever it means to you. Take a picture of yours for you also.
Yeah, Kelly, I will send you that card. Yeah, Teresa, I've wondered about. I've watched a few documentaries on stuff like that, and
Oh, Auntie Teresa.
oh, that's your aunt.
That's my aunt.
Ah, yeah, I think there's something to it. I'm not really quite sure what, but I don't think those, you know, stones were just placed like that for an art project.
If we had,
Is there anybody else that wants a card?
oh, now I've lost my YouTube chat. See, it took that long though for the computer to die.
Nah. Yeah, like Debbie said, I think they're definitely some sort of sacred site. I always like get drawn into shows like that because I'm fascinated by all that kind of stuff. And I always reflect back on like some of the ancient drawings and stuff on cave walls and hieroglyphics and this and that and pictures of rockets and like flying objects with something clearly drawn that's flying it. Those people just have a hell of an imagination back then. I don't think so. I mean, maybe they had a good imagination, but I think they were drawn with what they were seeing in the sky around them, whatever. There's so many different, I don't know, opinions and stuff. Like the pyramids, for example. I can't remember what the guy's name was offhand that we had on Paranormal Soup, talking about the pyramids and how they were built and it being a giant water pump. But there was definitely some engineering going on that we can't replicate it today in modern times. So how were those people that were thousands of years ago? How were they so much smarter than what we are now?
I had a meme I was trying to find, where that there's like a picture of like a cow, chiseled out on some rock, picture of an alien chiseled out on some rock, and under it, has the pictures, and they're like, they drew it because they saw it. They drew it because they saw it, and that's not just drawing. We are chiseling stuff into stone.
Yeah, it didn't take them like 5 minutes to do that. They put some work into it.
Like, yeah, we just want to screw with some people like a billion years from now. So
let's draw a monkey flying a rocket.
Yeah, and like this crazy, I guess, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to hear Ulrich's take on it because I know he's always got some really interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think there was some sort of, advanced aliens. I don't know if they considered themselves advanced, but they were obviously more advanced than what the typical human on Earth is. Yeah, and it always, there's certain points in history and time that things were built in stones, for instance, were cut with like almost like a laser like precision that we can't do today with modern machinery. And it's I always wonder like how they were so advanced. It's like we're almost like going backwards. What was that one
Right.
movie that came out? It was like a comedy, but it was like, I don't know, Idiocracy or something. I forget the name of it. Where
I
like,
think I know what you're talking about. It's
yeah,
something about the world and the word, like in the title, right?
yeah, it's like where everybody just progressively is getting dumber and dumber. It's like
All right.
supposed to be advancing, but
My
going
aunt
back.
would like a reading.
Am I pulling this one?
I think you're in. I think I could see that. I just did Speedo. And then did you do one?
Okay, yeah. This will be interesting. It's the complicated card.
Oh,
Let's see what's complicated. It says, my sweet one, wouldn't it be nice if life were always simple and things were obvious and transparent? Yeah, it might be. Drawing the symbol reminds you that sometimes there are so many elements to consider that it can be next to impossible to understand them all in a moment, especially when you most want to find an answer. Right now, things are complex, and only time will help you put all the pieces of the puzzle together. Just remember, simple can be boring, and complications can make for deeper and more mature experiences. Don't try to figure this out. Just be open and follow the threads of life's mysterious web.
which I'm sure that will resonate.
Oh, yeah?
Hmm.
Yeah, like Jamie always says, you put it out in the universe and you just let it be what it be. Let the universe take care of it. And
Yeah.
it's fine. Have the faith.
She's got a lot of faith. A lot of exciting things going on. And, me and my family, complicated, kind of goes hand in hand. We all have our battles and struggles.
Yeah.
I think that was a cool card. Easy's boring.
Yeah, it is. I'm writing notes as I
This
go.
on my table next to me, Lori.
Yep, Teresa, that was yours.
I also have a piece in front of me.
Yeah, there are some. I think there's going to be some changes coming up for 2020. Like world type changes.
Yeah, definitely. And that's kind of the bottom line, Ulrich. I mean, that's what it is. Change happens all the time. That's something my therapist is always, getting into me, change, change, change. Gotta be okay with the change. And so change can be really, really scary. And like, I'm a Taurus. So right there, like, we don't like change. We like things nice and comfortable. And we like to go at our own pace when we're ready. But even though change can be scary, it can be really, really beneficial. And you can still find the positive and find the fun in all of it. And then later on, the change and everything makes sense, will make perfect sense. Oh, yeah, we're in a deep change for sure.
Yeah, I think the whole I don't know, everything from politics to religions to aliens to the space force. I think a lot of stuff's gonna, it's gonna start coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have. I can relate to that, Teresa, big time. Even growing up, like my mom, she's always been super cool, always been very supportive. But I know a few things that I've done or choices I've made. She's just like, get the head shake. And my grandparents, like, and even like to some of my neighbors, they're like, okay, he's a strange one. But hey, it's the way I've always been. Why change now, right? Yeah, are we going to get a new president? I don't know. I was just listening to Trump's speech tonight.
So was I.
Yeah. I kept
Mini Mike.
turning him down.
Mini Mike.
I kept having to turn him down. He like kept getting louder and louder, and I'm like, what the hell's going on, man?
He was very confident.
Yes, he is. Yeah, I always wonder, like with the government and, I mean, there's the government, there's the secrets that the Vatican holds, there's all kinds of stuff just for talking about, you know, alien life, just for an example. What, they've somewhat said we're not alone, but, what happens if, that something happens and they just come out with it and say, hey, yeah, we're not alone. We haven't been alone. There's aliens here. There's aliens visiting us. What does that do to, modern religion? Or I don't know if I should say modern, but just religion in general. It could like throw everything in a turmoil. I think that's part of the reason why they want to keep it all hush hush. Move along, nothing to see here.
Yeah.
I would love to, spend a day or two in the basement of the Vatican. See what's hidden down there.
Wow. That would be a trip.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm more like like Jamie says, I'm more, I think I'm more of a spiritual type. I believe there's a higher, power, whatever. But as far as like some organized religion, I just can't agree with some of it. Not saying, I don't believe in God or anything like that, but I've just like been turned off by certain things that's happened that have stuck with me. Like when I was a little kid, I remember it like it happened yesterday. I was in church, used to go to Sunday school, all that, the whole 9 yards, and was sitting in church one day, and the preacher was, doing a sermon, and all men are created equal, blah 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 blah, the whole 9 yards, that whole story, and a family, a black family, walked in the church, and it was like time stopped. And I remember being a little kid going, why is everybody staring? Is it because of the color of their skin? I mean, dude's up here preaching that all men are created equal. Why is everybody freaking out? And they like basically didn't let them come in the church.
Why were they freaking out?
Yeah, that's what, because they were hypocritical.
They didn't belong
bullshit.
to the church already, so they're like, who are like the new people, or was it like that?
Yeah, I think it was just because it was a black family, and I was in a Southern Baptist church, and it was like.
What state were you in?
Here, Florida.
Really?
Yeah. And I just remember being a little kid thinking, well, that's screwed up. Why is everybody freaking out? These are people. They're just like everybody else. But yeah, there were some weird times here.
Wow. Yeah, some churches can be really like cliquey.
Yeah. Yeah, society can definitely be easily manipulated. Yeah, Blazing Saddles. They could definitely not make that movie nowadays without offending someone. Yeah, it does still happen today. Yeah, it's weird. Southern people can be full of hate. Some of them are the most coolest, kindest people you would ever meet in your entire life. And then some of them can be just freaking horrible. But yeah, there's like, I guess it was, I was real little when.
But it made an impression on you.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I was probably 7 or 8 when that happened. But even earlier, like when Martin Luther King came here, there was like, I remember being a little kid and going through downtown and like seeing the whole, like the Klan, like marching and stuff.
Oh my God.
It was like.
In Florida?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's horrible.
Yeah, and like my grandparents, they were the coolest, awesome people ever. But I don't know if it was just the time they grew up in or what. But they were a little I mean, I don't want to say racist, but yeah, they were a little racist. But at the same time, you know, they also like opened their home to like soldiers, you know, during World
Any
War II.
soldiers?
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't matter.
Good.
And so I don't know, it was kind of confusing when I was a kid. So I remember like,
Maybe it's because of the way they were brought up.
yeah, I mean it was for sure. I always remember like every year, the first year of school or the first day of school, you know, I'd come in after school and go to my grandparents' house. And first day of school every year, like clockwork, my granddad would be, well, how many colored people are in your class? Yeah. And I mean, you know, he would just, he would always want to know. And I'd tell him, and he's like, ah. He just like wasn't happy about it. I mean, he didn't like ran on it or anything, but he was just like, he would shake his head. And I'd be like, they're cool, man. I'm like, what's the deal? I just didn't understand it as a kid.
Would he let you have friends, or would he give you a hard time?
No, I mean, he, you know,
Put up with it?
They would tolerate. But it wasn't like, you know.
Like, how was your teacher? Like,
yeah.
Did you make any new friends?
Yeah.
Damn.
It was weird.
Just using that term right there shows the way they grew up.
Yep.
Let's see. We're at 11.
Oh, wow.
It went so fast.
It's closing time.
You gotta go home, but you can't stay here. Look how much use I've been getting out of these cards, though.
Nice.
Books all figured out now. My cards are nice and broken in. Hopefully my new spirit communication deck comes this week, and then we can maybe play with it next week. We both can maybe try something. I was gonna read you if we had time still left, or you read me, but we can do that
in our own time.
In our own time.
Yeah. Yeah. If Jamie gets her cards, maybe we'll do a session with these next week.
Amazon.
Konexari cards. Well, cool. Thanks everybody again for hanging out on another Wednesday. And we will be back again next week with who knows what. We got a few guests kind of in the lineup. Don't have anything on paper yet or on the computer yet, but we'll have a few more guests. And if anybody, you know, we have a call-in line now. So if anybody wants to call in any of the shows and, you know, tell us a story. I was going to kind of get into those near-death experiences that we were talking about the other night. So maybe we could do a show on something like that too. And if anybody wants to call in and, you know, talk about theirs, let's do it.
And I just sent you the flyer for Paranormal Soup this Sunday. We've got Paul Wallace. Looks like he has a book, Escaping from Eden, but I don't have his bio in front of me to be able to.
He's the one that's going to talk about something about aliens and something else, right?
I don't remember. All right.
Well, cool. We will talk to everybody again Sunday night for Paranormal
Yeah.
Soup. Same time, same bat channel, all that good stuff. Catch y'all later.
Night.
Good night.